Hello, welcome to Glamour Towers.
Hi.
Here we are again. You may have noticed we've had a little bit of a makeover. We thought we'd spruce it up a little bit. I know a lot of people like the little posters that were there, but we went for something a little bit bigger scale this time. Hope you like it. It took Andy ages to paint that little bit over there, especially getting the eye right is difficult.
Yeah, and that took me a while to get these little lines on his lips,
That little quirky smile,
but we did it.
enigmatic.
Got all the paint.
So I did this bit.
Yeah, I did all the rest.
Yeah, that's very good.
We copied a Helen Green painting that she's done for issue 3, cover of issue 3. And I think we did a good job.
Yeah, it came out. Well, we did go alright in the end.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we had a few false starts, but you know,
Yeah, it was alright.
It came out pretty good.
Now you can tell me the truth.
Right. So the reality is, of course, that this is a print from the issue 3 cover that we had done. Chris, our genius designer, had it printed for us in Milton Keynes and shipped down to us here in the West Country. It is, of course, from Helen's brilliant artwork from issue 3. To be honest, we loved it so much. When Andy and I first saw the artwork, we were absolutely blown away. And when we saw it on the wall today as well, we were pretty blown away as well. So
Fabulous.
thanks, Helen. Thanks, Chris.
I don't think we'll ever take it down, will we?
No, no. Not unless our amazing cameraman, Jake, over here.
Yeah, we've now got a cameraman who we employ for absolutely peanuts.
Check
Just
out
checking
his,
the peanuts.
his channel on YouTube, Millennial Minds.
What's it called?
Millennial Minds.
Oh, I've never looked at that.
Yeah, it's worth a look.
I will
Good
now
stuff.
look.
Issues of the day are explored.
Millennial Minds.
He might make us take it down so he can do his film. But we'll put it back up again. Right. Okay.
We've got more refurbishments to come as well, I should add that.
Oh, yes.
And I've got a new t-shirt because my last one faded in the wash. So I've got a new one. So a bit more. This is Edward Bell, of course. That is an Edward Bell.
Yeah. All good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Really, we just wanted to show this off, to be honest, but we couldn't really, just do that without doing anything else. What we thought we'd do is talk through very quickly, because lots of people have asked us about issue 1, because when it first came out, we had no idea how successful it would be, to be honest, and we didn't know how many we could handle dealing with, because it's just the two of us. We've got to get them printed, put them in envelopes, post them and all of that. So after we got to 350 sales, which is about 2.5 days, we suddenly got cold feet a bit and went, we better stop this, we don't know if we can cope with it all. So we stopped taking sales, and then we posted out 350 or so. After that, the fans were asking for it, and they were starting to go for big prices on eBay, and we thought, well, instead of just letting people have to pay 50-60 quid for it on eBay, we'll print some more and fans can have it off us for a tenner plus the postage. But what it meant was
we're all heart.
We're all about the fans.
We are.
So we've ended up with 3 different versions of issue 1, which is not the case with issue 2. There's just one version, but there are 3 different issues or versions of issue 1 anyway. So we thought we'd talk through what the differences are between the 3 of them.
Because some of you will have the initial print. Some of you who are a bit later getting in on the act will have the second print, and some of you who are even later getting in on the act will have the 3rd print run.
And there are ways to tell, which one you've got. So the first one is this one here. I'm not going to hold it up close to the camera, but I'm going to talk you through what the differences are. This one is a little bit thinner than the other 2, even though we specified exactly the same specifications for paper and everything. For whatever reason, this does come through a little bit thinner.
And we changed our printer, didn't we?
Yeah, that was the main thing. This was printed by one particular print company, the other by another. So I guess, as with all publications, little errors sneak through, and on this one, 1 or 2 snuck through. And the easiest way to find the first print of issue 1 is to look at the contents page, and there's a spelling mistake. Instead of saying Lazarus, it says Lazarus with an OU, like OU, whatever. So it says Lazarus, basically. Yeah. So
we didn't spot it.
Yeah, it stuck through, and yeah, it's a little bit painful even to mention it on camera, to be honest, because we're hoping a lot of people hadn't noticed. So that's something we corrected on subsequent issues. So if you've got Lazarus written on the contents of yours, that is the first run that you've got there.
And there are 410 of those.
That's right, 350 plus some promos, then another few done.
Yeah, so 410 of the first run with
Yeah,
Lazarus.
that's how many exist of that one. So, that's right. Then we did the reprint, and this is it. Like I said, it feels a bit thicker. It looks pretty similar in most ways, of course. This one was printed litho, whereas the first one was printed digital. So you can see a bit more resolution in some of the artwork. I always notice the halo on the head there. And obviously it doesn't have the misspelling of Lazarus in it, it's just spelled Lazarus. So we corrected that on the second one. Okay, so that's how you tell the difference between the first and the second.
There are only 250 of those, so that's the scarcest of the three.
And then there's a third. This one is digitally printed, and the way to tell this, it's got Lazarus spelled correctly as well, but I don't know for what reason, it was all specified the same, but it came through slightly different from the printer this time, and it's just lighter on the word Glamour there. It's a bit more pink. If I hold them up side by side, I don't know if you can really tell from this distance, but you can, I don't know what you can see there, but it is noticeably lighter than the others. So really you need to have those side by side to tell. But that is how you tell the difference. How many of those other ones are there?
340 of the final print run, so we had 1,000 altogether. The reason we got 1,000 is that if, in issue 1, because we were complete novices at all this sort of stuff, never really done it before, Chris had, our designer, Milky Cereal, but Nick and I were complete idiots really with all this. So the biggest issue we had was finding some images, and although we did get fan images and all that sort of thing, fan art and stuff, we did have to buy 1 or 2 images, and you can only, once you bought the image, you can pay an amount of money to take you up to 1,000 issues and no more. So that's why we can't do more than 1,000, because if we do say 2,000, then we have to start paying a lot more money for images that we used in issue 1. So we'll only ever do 1,000 of any issue if we bought images.
So there you go. So that's the difference between 1, 2 and 3. So
I think with subsequent issues,
check what
issue
you got.
2, did we buy images for issue 2? I think we did.
we
didn't
did.
We bought a few, I think.
But I think Chris takes care of all the licensing the images for it. So I'm not sure what licensing terms.
Yeah, it's probably still 1,000. But with issue 3, which, with any luck, today is Monday the 22nd. They're being delivered to me tomorrow, tomorrow morning, 23rd, and I'll put them all in envelopes tomorrow, and we'll get them down the post office, because the post office have got extra staff in on Wednesday the 24th. So I'll get them down the post office tomorrow, and they will then start work on them Wednesday morning and send them all out on Wednesday. So hopefully by the time you see this, they'll be on their way to you with any luck at all. And we bought a couple of images for issue 3, not so many, because we managed to get, we've now got a bit of a reputation. I don't know if it's a good one or a bad one, but it seems to be working in our favour, and we seem to be getting images from not only famous photographers who photographed Bowie over the decades, but fan photos and all sorts of other stuff. So
there's some amazing fan art as well. So
amazing
it's
fan
illustrated
art.
a lot of the articles with that.
Talking of fan art, actually, I'll see if I can. I have announced it on Twitter actually. Who's featured as fan art in issue 3, but I can't remember. I hope you've seen it. I think I announced it on the DB Glamour Fanzine account. So let me just see if I can find that tweet a minute. I also put it on to Instagram, and I think we put it on Facebook as well, didn't we?
Yeah, yes, I think I put it on Facebook.
Can't remember now. Right,
Well, we might have to bring this this to an end. How are we doing for time?
We don't like to bore you, see, we only do about 10 minutes at a time.
We might put this announcement in another video then, and wrap it up there. So anyway, really hope you love the new set. As Anne says, we're going to have some more stuff as well.
I found the names. Have I got time? I've got time.
Okay, we're done.
Okay,
see you in the
thanks.
next video.
Bye.
Cheers.